What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I thought I was your ambassador to watches. But apparently I'm not, because there's an ambassador watch, and so I checked it out. Got one here, and ambassador to me, I know what the meaning of the word is, but every time I hear it, I think of the Ambassador Bridge in my hometown of Detroit. But hey, Ambassador is a watch brand, and what we have here is their Heritage Series is a watch that I wanted to check out because it seemed to be nice looking watch at an incredible price point. So I thought I would just kind of take a look at that. We can see a nice little velour-like interior to the box here, and then we have a nice little card here, the watch, but I don't want to waste your time. Let's just get into it. Ooh, even a nice little Ambassador certificate of authenticity. And here is the watch itself. Now, this watch actually comes from their 1959 line. You might be able to see it there. And I guess we have some plastic on here, so I'm going to rip all that off. And that's because actually the founder of Ambassador Watches is really kind of intrigued, interested in, mesmerized, inspired by that kind of the mid-century time period. I'm not sure exactly kind of what aspects, but obviously the watch borrows quite heavily from that time period. It's very basic, but very elegant. And so, you know, there were lots of things, whether it was cars or homes and furniture and lamps and lots of stuff from the 50s that had a lot of style. I mean, for me as a gearhead, when I think about 1950s cars, those are still kind of iconic, right, and collectible. So anyway, what we have here is like a gold toned case and a stainless steel 316L and very highly polished, really nice all the way around. The watch is actually quite light, which is going to make it extremely wearable. They do talk about this having kind of shortened lugs. To me, the lugs are pretty short. You can see how the band hugs right up against the case, which I definitely do like, but to me, they don't look overly short. You've got a nice little crown here. It's got a little knurling, but it's pretty small. The Ambassador A, that's their logo. And what we have here is like in this gold toned or almost rose gold like finish. The A on the top of the dial there looks like it's kind of applied marker, and looks like we have applied markers all the way around. Mineral crystal, I believe. You can see the concentric circles here. That's kind of a dial design element that they have on a variety of their watches. Some of them don't radiate all the way to that outer edge, but this one does. You can see little black pips at the minute markers. We have kind of knife style hands there, leaf style, kind of bent in the middle, and then a very slender second hand, and it's ticking there, and it's ticking on the seconds, and that's going to be a telltale sign of this movement, which is a quartz Japanese Miyota movement. You can see here we have almost a color matched, a white dial on the date window, and the frame around the dial is actually very subtle. It's the same color as the dial face itself, which is really nice, and everything is sunk pretty deep in there, so pretty nice looking. I mean, it's just got that really classic watch look. I really like it. Black band, and the gold and black there is quite dramatic and very classic. And then you can see here we also have like this gold toned Ambassador buckle right there. You can see genuine leather. Ooh, we have quick detached spring bars on the band itself here. I'm not sure exactly how wide this is. I'd call it maybe a 20 millimeter. The case itself, you can see a nice little beveled edge here, so it should sit very nicely on your wrist. The case is actually pretty kind of average sized for watches right now. It's a 40 millimeter case, so I think this would actually look good on a lot of wrists. And Ambassador on the back there. Can't see the movement. But whether you have a large wrist or a small wrist, I think the 40 millimeter is just a really versatile size. So I'm just gonna throw it on here for a second. I definitely like the band here is heavily padded, side stitched with color matched black, and is nicely soft and pliable already. Now I wear my watches on my big wrist relatively loose. You can see I get my finger under there, and we still have plenty of band left. So if I were just to flip it over there and take a look at that, that's nice looking, man. I dig it. And like I said, you know, because of how slim it is, you could definitely get it under a sleeve. I'm gonna roll my sleeve back down here for demonstration purposes, and then peekaboo, there's the watch. So that looks pretty good to me. Wow. Nice classic style. You know, even though it's called a 1959, to me, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't look that vintage to me. I mean, this actually looks like a really modern watch. Now, these might be the elements from watches of that era, and I'm certain that, you know, they didn't have a lot of flourishes, but this, you know, everything to me looks very modern, classic, and clean. And those concentric circles are actually pretty pronounced. You get that kind of vinyl record look on the dial. I think it looks great. Now, as I was mentioning here, more than anything, you know, a nice looking watch, and it seems like a nice execution, a really reliable Miyota movement, and nice construction throughout. But the best part about this is that it's $199 retail. And I will say that they seem to have some discounts, and I think there's even a sale going on right now. So I think it's $159 or $150. So to me, that's a really good value for a watch that not everyone has. You're probably not going to see the brand out there, so people won't recognize it like a Timex or a Fossil or anything. So you have something a little bit different, a little more classic. And I've seen, you know, lots of watches in this size and with this look at much higher price points. So check it out. I will put a link to Ambassador in the description below. So if you want to pick one up, I would highly suggest it. Really nice looking watch. And they definitely have lots of other color schemes, from the standard polished stainless steel to black and white. So they're really classic looking. Check out their website. That's it. Ambassador Watches, Peter from Panda out.